Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to part 2 of our playthrough of the GameJam games for the narrative-driven jam. As you can see, I look like shit. That's because I've woken up recently, still trying to shake off that sleep paralysis, or whatever you want to call it, that sleep crust. I'm gonna go ahead and head back to the jams page here. Okay, so yesterday I believe we did around 11 different games. Today we're going to play through the entire rest of the narrative-driven jam, and we're going to start with this one here. Now this one is called A.M.I 1.0 K.D.H.W. Alright, the game page looks pretty cool. Looks like they put some custom backgrounds here. And we have instructions as well. Enter, arrow keys, escape key. Okay. Perfect. Let's go ahead. I have Windows, so we're going to download that. Alright, baby boy. Let's go ahead and get into this. I got to turn my RGB lights on my keyboard. Preferences. Display full screen, baby. You already know it. Roll back side. I don't know what that means. Let me see. Skip unseen text after choices. Let's go to just start. This exercise was developed for purposes of research by Rinzai Gigan at Subliminal Mind Games. Oh, we are guinea pigs today, unfortunately. It is part of a project spanning more than 8 years. The primary focus of this project is to explore human decision making for purposes of furthering the art of narrative game design. What you are about to read, if you choose to proceed, is a fictional narrative. It was contrived purely for this exercise and has no other intended relevance at its time of conception. Afterwards, you will be asked one question that will allow you to express your convictions about the text. It's a very serious game. This is taking a lot of time and attention to explain to us the intent and the purpose of the game, which I do kind of like. I like, information, like when people tell me about their games, so I know what to expect. The exercise is meant to be as enjoyable and engaging as it is educational and enlightening. For this reason, music and visuals have been provided. If you're ready for this exercise, select Commence from the menu that follows. If this is not what you were expecting or care to contribute to, select Cancel. Alright. A devastating epidemic has befallen a large urban population. I'm Anchorman. Infected victims are doomed to die within 3 months of contracting the virus. Reports are coming in as a public health and safety initiative. The government has quarantined known victims in a large prison complex, usually reserved only for the most dangerous and effective criminals. Oh boy. The victims are being segregated, I'm hearing, from other inmates and handled only with the most stringent precautions of prison staff. Be that as it may, new cases of infection are identified every week, some of which are discovered even within the prison, presumably having originated therein. Most probably, from accidental contact with the quarantined patients. You know what, this is, so I don't know if you guys follow the news or not. I'm not going to get too political, but basically there is some news going on about when the coronavirus pandemic started. They started seeing a lot of cases in the prison systems. So I think this game is touching on that, and I do think that's an interesting topic. You could definitely mine a lot of, I want to say, not trauma, but you can mine a lot of interesting things out of that. As the prison complex becomes more and more crowded and prone to oversight, the necessity for population control becomes an issue. Care and control of the quarantined populace has been granted to the Surgeon General and the prison warden. The Surgeon General has vowed publicly to keep all sufferers of the disease alive, at least during the first 2 months of infection, during which time symptoms are relatively mild and mostly painless. His expressed hope is that many of them will survive long enough to receive a vaccine once it is developed by the Surgeon General's research and development team. In the 3rd month of infection, however, A patient's life leaves the jurisdiction of the Surgeon General and falls into the hands of the warden, who may at any time thereafter choose to have the patient euthanized. Damn. I'm not religious, by the way. It's not my cup. I'm not Christian. In fact, he is legally obligated to do so before the patient is killed by the disease, which manifests in extremely painful symptoms within the last week prior to killing the victim. I like the art style. I think that this is good enough to do the job, right? To represent what you're going for. But what I do want to compliment is the assets and the background. I think this art, whoever made this art, deserves some praise for the ambiance and the setting, making it feel so dark and gritty. Having learned about this arrangement, a young radical who has contracted the disease seeks to preserve his own life and the lives of his fellows by plotting a prison break. Oh, of course, inevitably, indubitably, can't talk. Conspiring with members of gangs within the prison, he has begun to hatch a subtle scheme to take several uninfected inmates and prison staff hostage, bargaining their health in exchange for the freedom of himself and his accomplices. Now, I'm assuming that they're going to do this with like handmade weapons, stuff that they find in the prison. Meanwhile, a married man has just entered into his 3rd month. His wife, who even as a civilian has caught wind of the division of power within the prison complex, visits the warden, hoping to persuade him to spare her husband's life in exchange for some sort of favor. The warden, a lonely man, agrees to keep the married man alive, just so long as the wife becomes and remains the warden's mistress throughout the month, visiting him nightly in his sleeping quarters. Fellas, if you got you a wife like this, a girl like this, she's a keeper, okay? You'd be a fucking idiot to lose a woman like that. The wife consents to this only to save her husband's life. Oh man, that's a messed up situation, I have to say. The warden's secretary is the only third party to know about this scandalous affair, and I'm guessing the secretary has also been involved with the warden, as they usually are. She also recognizes that according to the laws for emergency situations, arrangement is technically not illegal, though it might be deemed coercive in other societies and under less trying circumstances. Be that as it may, the secretary feels repulsed by her employer's actions, though she does not dare to confront him directly, which is common. Nor does she wish to appeal to the government on the wife's behalf, in part because the appeals process is so prolonged and complicated and yet so open to the public that upon learning that it is underway, the warden might easily have the married man executed and all of the evidence of the affair expunged. Considering herself unqualified to judge the matter by any objective, nonpartisan standard, the secretary elects simply to confide in the married man. Oh, this makes for some interesting plot development here. She meets with him in secret, telling him only what she knows about the scandalous arrangement between the warden and the wife. Ah, man, this guy has to know this stuff? Incensed by the news, he vows to escape imprisonment and thereby liberate his wife. Dude, this has to be like the most epic revenge thread that I've ever heard. Or escape. I guess he's trying to escape, but there's like a tinge of that. Like this guy's gonna seek vengeance or something. And you know how movies are, especially the revenge plot movies, that the person who is wronged ends up becoming like I don't want to say superhero, but goddamn close, you know, like very hard-boiled, willing to sacrifice anything just to get their, you know, their family back or whatever it is that they were wronged for. Okay. The warden apprehends the radical. Oh, sounds like this is all falling apart. Hoping to squash morale against the rioting inmates, he sends the radical into the bedchamber with a mission. Kill the married man or kill yourself. be executed for criminal conspiracy and murder. What's that? Oh, he's gonna shoot the dude, huh? He's an inmate. I mean, it's gonna be his life over someone else's. Uh-oh. Oh, no, he wasn't supposed to shoot the lady. Now, I don't... This doesn't seem realistic. If she was involved in this, I don't think she would have even bothered. I mean, we got guns involved. We've got a lot of treachery going on. If that was me, personally, I'm just saying personally, I would have not have touched the thing with a 40-foot stick. I wouldn't have said nothing, basically. Yeah, so as punishment, she's arrested and sent to another facility where she has no influence. Oof. She's being reassigned. So, okay, so what I'm noticing here is there's no choices. I'm sure that there's probably going to be a choice or choices coming up. But I've been reading through this game, basically, and I haven't been able to make a single choice. I'm pretty much just playing a visual novel. And even visual novels, I think, have some more, I guess, intermission or moments where you can kind of interact with the characters and choose, oh, hi, this is what I want to say, or yes, no, stuff like that. As the radical dies and the married man and wife are buried, the Surgeon General seeks to assuage, I don't know how to say that word, the warden's grief by bringing good news. A cure has been found. Don't tell me that this game is based on real life events. Like all this stuff in the prison. Yet the warden, enraged, asks why this news has come so late. The Surgeon General then confesses that it was, in fact, 2 weeks ago that his team discovered a cure. Yet the Surgeon General, who had no obligation to save his own word, was within his legal rights to withhold the vaccine just long enough so as to complete his experiments upon the inpatients. As it turns out, the Surgeon General's own wife was grievously ill, and it was only by conducting human experiments that he could hope to cure her, as any good husband would. Once his test subjects no longer needed treatment, his secret research would be squandered and his wife doomed, perhaps forever. Oh boy. Rest of the lethal... Uh-oh. Damn, this is a really messed up story. You are death. You have collected the souls of the 6 deceased. Alright, here's where the fun part starts. The warden, the married man, the wife, the Surgeon General, the secretary, and the radical. In order to secure the best deal for yourself, excuse me, you must estimate each soul's relative weight to the other souls. Okay, how do I do that? Rank the 6 characters from least guilty to most guilty with regards to the question, by whose fault did they die? Very interesting. Alright, so I kind of understand why they went with the full-on blasting through that text, right? It was mostly text for about, I want to say 4 or 5 minutes, I think that was. They want to make sure that the story cannot be altered. Now, obviously, if you're able to work on this game more and add like more nuance to it and alternative pathways to it, that would make this game even more interesting, I dare say. But so right now they're asking us, who is the most guilty, like, to have caused all of this? And maybe a lot of people would say the warden, but I feel like this might be a trick question, or like, you know, it is an experiment they have stated. So maybe they're trying to pose a philosophical question. I think I'd have to look at the history again. Oh boy, this is a little tough for me, honestly. I think they're all. I mean, some more guilty than others, but uh, let me see here. Falsely welcome. They did. The married man did conspire to do all that stuff with the radical. I feel like the wife was the least guilty. I'm just gonna say that right now. Where do I put? Can I put the? Number one. Oh. Wait. Rank the 6 characters from least guilty to most guilty. Okay. In regards to the question, whose fault did they die? So least guilty, I want to say the wife. But oh fuck, I feel like I'm on what's that show where you had to choose between 4 different statements, 4 different facts, and you know you can win $1,000,000. I'm sorry, I don't watch game shows. I know that's ridiculous. Okay, it's called Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. I just had to look that up. I am so embarrassed. Okay, so I'm Death. If I'm looking at this from Death's perspective, and I'm trying to rank these people from least guilty to most guilty, I would probably say the radical is the least guilty, and then the wife, and then the married man, and then the secretary, and then the warden, and then the surgeon general. Okay, so is it telling me? Or is this is what I chose? The radical, the wife, the married man, the secretary, the warden, the surgeon general. Yes. Okay. I'm not gonna do that because I'm not gonna. I feel a little weird participating in this survey. This is like a survey. Very interesting though. I like the choices. I wish that they would tell you something about your choices. I think that's probably the biggest flaw here. Um, there's no reward or punishment to you as a player for, I guess, either a good ending or a bad ending would have been a reward. There's just nothing. So I think that's a huge flaw on part of their creator. Obviously, they did state it was for educational purposes, but either way, if you're gonna make a video game, you should try to make an ending so that people are satisfied when they walk away. But this just feels like reading all the way through a manga, a chapter of a manga, and then finding out I had to go watch the anime for the full content, the full episode or whatever, or the ending. You know, I don't know if I would do this in my own games. I think this is a bit tricky to pull off. Yeah, I feel, yeah, I think it's definitely. But yeah, this one is definitely lacking an ending. It was some fun to kind of go through and make my own decision on you know who is the most guiltiest. I thought that was an interesting part. Uh, all right, so this time we have an RPG Maker game. Mine was also an RPG Maker game, and it's called Making a Change. So this is probably going to be mostly just text. Let's get through this here. Better get started. It looks like we're in an office. And this game is missing a few files. Oh, that's not good. Give me a second, guys. I'm gonna troubleshoot this, and we'll see if we can fix this game. All right, so we're gonna try this again. Give me one more minute. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and keep going here. I'm fidgeting. What is this? These two black bars here. I'm having trouble understanding what that is. Okay, what do I do? Go stretch my legs. All right. So very linear. Let's see. We're gonna figure out what exactly. Can I eat some of this lunch here? A little bit hungry. Let me see. That is a weird looking cylinder. No more coins, huh? Yeah, I hate when that happens. Alright, so I think I've walked around enough. Let me see if I can go back. Go stretch my legs. What does that mean? Yeah, I do not know what's going on with this. Maybe I have to. Oh boy. Give me a second. Do 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 do. So there are a few assets that are missing here, as you can tell. That are being used, I think. But we're not able to see them being rendered. I'm familiar with the RPG Maker engine, so I'm pretty sure that's what it is. Break times. Okay, I had to look at the picture. All right. There we go. A new room. Caretaker. The cat is talking to me. Walker, I'm home. Good, for it is the time. Time for the can to be opened. The cat knows. Quickly, caretaker, to the cold box. Cold box? The fridge? I feel like that's how cats would talk if they were able to. One can of flake chicken. Coming right up. Come here, little kitty. I'll give you fish. Thank you, caretaker. Surely I would have perished. I will follow to the ends of this kingdom. Ah, buddy, you don't have to. Plus, I'm gonna trip. The pact is sealed. Very nice, kitty. Okay. Time to ditch the work clothes. Am I wearing ears? I'm wearing ears. Oh boy. He will follow me. Yes, I have a cat sidekick now. Can go and conquer the world. Oh, it looks like you made this door 48 by 48, which is cool. A cell phone and a work tag. That's a cell phone? That thing is huge, man. I think that's a tablet is what that sprite is. And this old doll. Why do I have this here? It challenged my authority, caretaker. Examples had to be made. This cat is the best character in this game, I think. This guy's funny. Alright. Alright. I'm exhausted, but it seems like it would be a shame to go to sleep without working on something. Another mouse error. I guess I should just do like 5 of these and rename them in order. Let me see here. We got mouse 1, mouse 2, mouse 3, mouse 4. Can I get a 4? Can I get a free? Can I get a mouse 3? Can I get a mouse 5? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I'm gonna do 6 just in case. Definitely an oversight here. You don't want to have your players going through the files and trying to fix it. I want to see what's here in this game. This is why I'm doing this. But typically, I think most people would have just clicked off, right? Excuse me. It looks like. Let's keep going here. Let's keep going. Poke around your room and find something to do. Okay, poke around the room. It's a computer here. Let me assist, caretaker. Oh, he's stepping on my keyboard. Some cats will do that. He did a chapter. The cat completed a chapter. I'm so proud of my boy. As much as I want to thumbnail this, I'm wiped out. I wish I didn't feel so dead on my feet after work. I feel you, brother. I feel you. Excuse me. The game isn't quite finished yet. I based the narrative of the game on some real life events. IRL life just caught up to me this week and I haven't finished all the art for this. The story and technical bits are done. I'm just blocking it here until I can draw the things I need to draw. As it is, I'm doing this at like 1 a.m. on a work night, so I'm trying to be realistic about what I can do right now. That's fair enough. That's fair enough. I think we all have a lot of things on our plate. This was a GameJam game. I don't really expect all of these to be finished. I appreciate that you took the time that you did have, and you redirected your resources, your time, towards working on something that you're passionate about, which I do appreciate. I always encourage that. Thank you for checking out the first day of the story. This is the first day. I will update the page when the final two are ready to go. So this to me looks like a. Oh, they're gonna draw the cat too. Okay. This to me looks like a GameJam game that is going to end up being like another game, like a side project after the GameJam is over. That of course is common. Some people like to work on their games after. No problem with that. I just was having a few issues there with the mouse cursor there. That was a bit what is the word? Taking me out of the immersion, right? So whatever you do release, even if it is like something small, like a little demo, you have to make sure that it works properly, because that's the first thing your player sees. And if it's not necessarily, it doesn't have to be a perfect impression, but if it's not a decent impression or a good impression, then that person is probably less likely to return to check out the rest of the game, which could be amazing. I don't know, like it is just like a lot of time constraints, right? Time management. But yeah, that's the only thing I would say is that it's pretty much in prototype version. But I am definitely happy that he released this, just so he could have something out on the narrative jam. I'm happy for all of you guys that have been working on this stuff. I've got this on my second screen. I'm sorry. And now we're gonna move on to the next. I think we got quite a few left. here? I think we've done all these. Not these. Let's go ahead and check out Mira and the rabbit. Alright, so we're starting off in this woodland. I don't know if you guys can hear the audio that well. I'm gonna go ahead and turn this up a little bit. How's this doing? I can hear it okay, but it's mostly in my left ear. I don't know if you guys are experiencing the same thing. So we are playing this character here, Mira. Where am I? I'm gonna try to do female voice. Please bear with me. Let me drink some coffee. What is this place? I can't do it. I'm sorry. Alright, so instantly we're walking around. Hello, I got a shovel. And this thing here. What is this? That thing looks creepy, man. Hello. Where do I go? I don't know what the key, Uh-oh. Help me! I don't know what to do! Alright, so this is a very unique custom custom art. Am I supposed to go in here? Or am I supposed to dig this stuff up here? I don't know what to... Oh, maybe the instructions are on the site. Where? Okay, let's take a look at the game page. Oh, right. It's a Unity executable. Yeah, I did notice that earlier, and I reported it to Microsoft as being safe to download. I don't know why. I guess they're really just starting to treat us like idiots now. Anyways, I'm getting off topic. I don't want to get off topic. WASD to move, E to interact, F to pick up items, I for inventory, J for journal. There you go. Let's take a look at our journal. Journal. Okay, we got a shovel. Used to dig up buried treasures. Dear Diary, today was a really long day. I'm worried about Blake. There's been a lot of trouble at school. Blake seems really alone, and I haven't been around because of ballet and rehearsals for the school play. I wish I could help. Ugh, I'm so tired. Note to self. Never stay up this late studying again. Sincerely, Mira. P.S. There was a strange rumor about a book in the library. Blake always spends free periods there, so I should definitely look into that tomorrow. Oh, is there more? There might be more later on. So I do have a... Okay, I think you guys should be able to hear it a little bit better now. I'm gonna... Dig! What about this character over here? Hello! There you go. Hello there. Would you happen to know where we are? I'm Mira. Nice to meet you. Rabbit. The masked figure does not reply, fidgeting with a piece of paper before handing it to Mira and shaking their head. I hope I'm saying that name right. Rabbit scribbled notes. Watch out for the kids with the masks. They're all bad, except for me. We need to avoid them as much as possible and find a way home. Oh, damn, she ran away. Hello? Hey, new person, can you help me? I guess so. What do you need? I want a drink, but I can't get one. I'll see if I can do something about that. What's with this bunny here, man? I want to touch the bunny. They want a drink. Where am I supposed to get water from? There's no water here. Whoa. I'm noticing some slow movement in this area. I don't know what's going on there. Possibly some math that you probably have to work out for your vertical and horizontal movement. When I move horizontally, I'm okay. But when I'm moving up and down, maybe it's meant to be that way. I don't know where to get water from. No, I'm sorry. Oh, there we go. Okay, we can keep going here. There's a vending machine in the middle of the woods. Let's do it. What an odd machine. Pressing the button doesn't seem to do anything. Hey, it's a seed? You need a coin, I think. Or is it a coin? Let's keep going. Let's see if we can find. Oh, there's an apple. Pick up the apple. Hello. I'm sorry, I'm on top of you. Hey, wanna play I Spy? You have to click on this. You mean that game where you spy something with your little eye? I'm pretty good at that. Okay, well, you have to bring whatever I spy back to me for it to count. Ready, set. I spy with my little eye something red. Yeah, bro, I got you. I got an apple. Did you find it yet? I think I did. Wow, that was fast. This next one will be way harder. Oh, we're playing again? Unless you're scared, you'll lose. I don't think so. Then I spy with my little eye something gold. I already got that too, son. I'm way ahead of you. No way, you found my buried treasure. Ugh. You can keep the coin and the apple since you won fair and square. Really? Thanks. But you can't pass me until you solve my riddle. Alright, what's the riddle? Come back to me in a bit. It's not like I have to think of it or anything. You Come on, man, you're gassing me. I got a certificate from. Okay. He's gassing me, man. He thinks he's the bee's knees or something. Okay, you're just waiting for me. That's a little creepy. I want to get some milk, but the machine only takes numbers. I don't get it. There might be some way to figure this out. There's 26 options per slot. Let's do A5. A5, the Doritos, man. 30, how many? 26? 4 times 4, 16 times 2, that's 32. One, two, three, 4. I don't get it. Oh boy, I gotta use my brain. Ah, it hurts. Based off previous clues that we've looked at, I don't know. What adds up to make 26? You could do 20, and then 2, and then 2, and then 2. No, I don't get it. Maybe there's a passcode combination of some sort. The music is good. I like the music. What do I do? Oh. What do I do with the paper? I got a piece of paper. Maybe this is the password here. If I can figure out what's on this paper, maybe that'll help. Oh, okay. Where is it? It should be in my inventory, but it's not there. That's not good. Let's go talk to the fox again. Maybe this guy has the answer. I have to come back to him, so I think enough events have passed where I can. Oh, not yet. Oh, I can't. Okay, all right. Can't sneak by him. I don't know. I'm kind of at a loss here. I might have to cheat. I may have to cheat. Yes, cheat. Okay. Vending machine. 26 numbers, each corresponding to a letter of the alphabet. Oh my god, that's so obscure and difficult. No one would ever guess that. You have to give the player more clues. Because what was the original dialogue? She said something about milk, right? But it's... You were kind of hinting at the numbers having to do something with it, but that could mean like multiple different things. So milk. Which letter is milk? M. A, B, C. I know I just looked at it, but I want to do this myself. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P. That's letter 16, right? And then I is A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I. That would be 9. If I get this wrong, oh my god. L, M, C, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L. 12. M, N, O, P, Q. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K. And that would be 11. My brain is 13, 9, 12, 11. Oh my god. I can't believe I just did that. No! I did flunk math. Well, I didn't flunk, but I held back a grade. I'm not gonna lie. Math was never my best subject. And I code. Okay, here comes that other girl. Oh, I'm out of coffee. She gave me another piece of paper. So she doesn't talk. That's cute. I think that's very... The characters are very, very interesting. I have to say, I really have to say this again. The person who made this game, I will say, has a good sense of what makes a character unique, interesting, and what makes a world interesting, you know. They really let their imagination flow with this. The characters are very much, how do I say this? They're very peculiar. You know, they're not very general or vague or like cookie cutter or generic. There you go. They're not generic. That's what I want to say. I feel like I'm in Bug's Life or something, or some kind of weird fantasy world. Is your riddle ready? I want to explore past here. You think it'll be so easy? Prepare yourself, interloper. What? Do you know what that means, kid? See, I know big words. You'll never beat me. Here comes the riddle. I'm about to say it. right now. What can you break just by saying its name? A secret. No? What can you break just by saying its name? A curse? You can't spell curse with that. Silence! Silence! I got it! I'm the best! Yeah! 400 IQ, baby boy. Big PP power. Tell PewDiePie. Alright, I can go past here now. Oh! Alright, this is awesome. I should have these, right? In my item bag? Or no? I got a magnet sigil, a cool symbol shaped like a magnet, and a teardrop sigil. Okay, this is so interesting. I'm collecting different I don't know where these notes are going though, I have to say. I think there's something. Am I supposed to be able to see what they're saying? Because I can't read. I can't see them in my item box, and I can't read them. I can't interact with them, but I can pick them up. I'm assuming they're gonna be important later on. Good job on the art. I can't keep going, it's too cold. Oh, so I gotta make it warm over here, right? I do have a shovel. Maybe if I just walk around pressing E on everything. Let's see. Oh, there she is again. Hello. Oh. Oh. The papers. The papers are here on the right side. See, okay, so one thing I want to note and mention here for the developer, if they are watching this, these here, I think, need to be a little bit more pronounced so that the player can kind of see, or they need to be like, have like a descriptor or a little title up in the top right area. So that the player knows that this, because this for me, it looked like part of the page or part of the book. I couldn't tell that this was important or able something I could read. It looks like we have character notes here, and then these two are blank. See, because I want to discover all these things, you know, and you want the player to discover these things, but if you make things too hidden, then the player will not be able to discover them. You have to kind of guide the player into the story, into the world, the lore, all of this stuff, which I think you've done a really great job so far. Watch out for the kids with the meth. You beat me in my own game. Once upon a time, in a land of seasons far away, there was a lonely child. They felt as though time was stopped, because their country's seasons never changed. Each part of the land represented a different season, but would never move forward. There was eternal summer, perpetual autumn, ceaseless winter, and yet there was no spring to be found. A veritable forest paradise. The animals live in harmony with nature. Though I shall always call autumn my home, there is a special place in my heart for this land. A wise owl once said, "Too much of a good thing and whatnot." Okay, so I want to see what Rabbit's Declaration of Trust. Mira. It's hard for me to say this out loud, so I have to admit it on paper. It's me, Blake. This storybook we're trapped in seems to be trying to keep me here. If you can escape on your own, I won't blame you. Blake, I knew it was you. I I would never leave you behind. Oh shit. Oh, I'm sorry. I just skipped through that dialogue. You did? For me? Of course, silly. What are friends for? Mira. Thank you. You're very welcome. Now let's try to find a way out of here. Okay? Right. A way out. I think this might help. He gave me a rabbit key! A rabbit key! What does this do? I can't tell you. I'm not allowed. But I believe in you. You'll figure it out. Leave it to me. Let's go, buddy boy. You're not gonna follow me. You gotta go with me. Can't leave you behind. Okay, so right here now the music is both ears. So this is intentional, right? I kind of understand why you want to do that, but in most cases, I think you can do that visually to attract attention to a certain area or whatever it is you're trying to do. Because having the audio in just one ear is a little bit weird, and it can get annoying after a long period of time. I didn't really mind it too much, but I'm saying from the perspective of the player, keep everything kind of standard, you know. Don't try to get too fancy. That's something that I've kind of learned after kind of tinkering with different, you know, ambiance, you know, visual, audio, all that stuff. I realize that sometimes the simplest means is the best means, usually. You know, because at the end of the day, we are playing a game. We need there to be a lot of functionality. Oh, there's a key. So what do I do with this key? I have no idea. We're going to find out. Maybe that's what the audio cue is for. It's audio cue, right? We have to go here. Little tree, hello? Can I walk on this tree? There's eggs up there. I don't know what this key is for. I'm gonna be honest with you right now. Oh, oh! I kind of did a little bug there. Sorry about that. Or wait, is the audio coming from the center of the map? Is that what it is? Okay, vending machine is no longer useful. Maybe here, yes! Alright, what's this? A seed! Oh, I know what this does. Just checking. I'm just checking to see if it'll give me any duplicate items. Alright, let's go. Onwards we go. We're gonna plant a new forest. I'm excited. I want to see what the ending is gonna be. We're gonna escape from the storybook. Come on, buddy. Oh, wait. Do I not? Oh! I need one more. What about the magnet, no? I need one more. Oh, hello! Alright, this game is all about exploration. According to the reports of the Enlightened Hour, winter was simply impassable. Cold would turn any savvy travelers packing. Those with less wherewithal would freeze in their tracks, never to be heard from again. Thus, the sage dedicated his remaining time to combating the cold. Buddy. Blake, we can get through the winter now. Are you sure we can make it? As long as we're together, I'm sure we'll get out of here. Yeah! This is like an anime. This is epic. Is that Blake? Is Blake not a guy? He's wearing a mask, I couldn't tell. I thought maybe he was like a long hair kind of skateboard kind of guy. All right. So there we have something that is, I think, artistically the same amount of work as it was logical. I don't know how to say the word. Logically. I was trying to say logically. Oh my god, I don't know what I'm doing. How do I go out? This thing doesn't end itself. I would have added an end to that. Let me see. Yeah, you gotta kind of just close it out from the window. That was nice. That was nice. I liked that. I liked that it gave you a little cheat sheet because that number problem really hit me. You know, that was really difficult for me. The ending is interesting. I like the art. Very very unique. It reminded me a lot of Little Witch Academia. It's an anime. I don't know if you guys have heard of it before. I like that one. That was a very decent little treat. So now we're moving on to the next one. Containment by Daibak and Okinoki. Alright, so this is Containment. Now, a lot of these games have been revolving around coronavirus, I think. The coronavirus pandemic. Or some kind of medical related or virus issue. Which I think is appropriate, you know, considering the times that we are in. How many people have lost their lives. How many people are still in hospitals right now fighting to fight this virus and stay alive somehow. I think the best thing we can do as developers is find a way, and storytellers is to find a way to help people distract themselves and sort of lose themselves into a world where they can kind of suffer a little bit less by choosing to play a game that helps them to have some kind of a cathartic release when it comes to these things. And so that's definitely something that helps, I think, especially when you consider, the families of those affected have to deal with this stuff. You don't always know how to deal with, a serious illness or a death in the family. I've had a few in, I want to say, distant families. Not necessarily distant, but like they're not immediately related to me. And it's definitely a difficult time for a lot of people. I just wanted to mention that. I think it's important to say that I appreciate that a lot of people are coming together and making things. I feel like people are putting more effort into their content because of the pandemic. They want people to feel better. But before I go off on a tangent, let's just go ahead and get through this game, and let's keep going here. Your throat feels dry and scratchy. You are lying down in what feels like a hospital bed. The thin sheets scratching against the skin of your legs like dry paper on more paper, making this odd, ghostly, rustling sound that echoes in the plastic bubble that surrounds you. I'm in a bubble. Okay. I'm going to go look around. You turn your head as best you can. Looks like I'm in some kind of a medical setting here. There's not really much that you wouldn't expect in a hospital room. An IV bag dangling above your head. The heartbeat monitor beeping in the corner. An empty chair in the corner. Light shifting around from the window into the corridor. The only odd thing you notice is that your entire body is strapped down to the bed. Uh-oh. It seems quiet. You are alone in this room. You're not quite sure how you got here, and you're not quite sure what to do next. Are you sick? Hurt? Dangerous? Why do they have your limbs restrained? You try to remember what you were doing before this or where you were. Your heart stops for a second. Do you even remember who you were? You're feeling panic rise in your throat, like an animal trying to claw its way out. Panicking won't help you here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. You open your mouth to yell, but then pause to get a hold of yourself. Breathe. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. Your mind seems to settle a bit. Prioritize. Try to escape. Observe the room. You look around again frantically. Maybe there's something in the room you haven't noticed yet. Your eyes wander towards the door. The lights continue to shift in the corridor. You think you can hear footsteps, but you're not sure if they're near or far or coming or going. You're not sure how you're going to get their attention. Yelling seems futile. In fact, everything seems futile until you get out of these restraints. Boop. There's a button. You're fairly certain that if they're smart enough to keep you in restraints, they take precautions against leaving any sharp objects laying around. Your cursory glance around the already too familiar room leads nothing. There is no sharp metal or cutting object you can use. It looks like it's just you and your body. You locate the help button and press it enthusiastically. A weight lifts from your shoulders. At least now something will happen. You hear footsteps gathering outside your room, although it sounds muffled from your place in this plastic bubble. Muffled enough that it's difficult to tell how many people will be coming in. Door opens and you hear the plastic being unsealed and feel the breeze from the rush of air that enters the room. A tall woman in a hazmat suit enters the room with an air of somberness. She seems to be sizing you up as she draws closer to the bed. Maybe I'm dangerous. From what you can see of her face through the face shield and mask, it is all straight edges, sharp. She strikes you as someone who would be difficult to manipulate or fool. Her horn-rimmed glasses give her a no-nonsense air, and you get the feeling she's in charge, and it's not just from the name tag that says Dr. Fausto, M.D. Have I heard that before? Neither have you. Oh, what? Why am I being restrained? Oh, she's a little... She looks like that anime character. I don't know why I keep bringing up anime, but she looks like the character from Prison... what is that? Prison anime, I forgot. It was a long time ago. But same look, same eyebrows, everything. I like that art, though. I like that. That's very sharp, but at the same time pixely, which is cool. Do you remember... In the background there. The doctor seems to be sizing you up as if she's wondering what to tell you. Do you remember how you got here? She says. A question for a question, you think. Deflecting. But it is a good question since you don't remember. But you can deflect back. Maybe you can get her to just tell you, or you could just be cooperative and hope she takes pity on you or something. Be cooperative. I honestly don't remember. I was really hoping someone could tell me. She looks mad. She draws closer to the bed. You were brought here for your own safety, she says. You think that she could not have made it sound more cryptic if she tried. You don't think you're a dangerous person, not to others, especially not to yourself. What would she be talking about? Do I get my phone call, you say? Half joking, but there's an edge in your voice that you can't quite disguise. You see her eyes crinkle into a semi-amused smile. Nothing so drastic, I would hope. Is there anything you can tell me right now? The doctor regales you with a cold stare. Only that you were a danger to others, and a danger to yourself. It is for the good of the country that you remain here, for now, until we sort out what you've been up to. What I have been up to, you repeat. Incredulous! You search your mind for clues, but it betrays you with silence. I have a right to know what's going on, you say emphatically. The doctor shakes her head. Actually, you don't, and I can't confirm anything with you until I finish running my tests. Don't you need my consent for the tests? No, she says, and the single word sends chills down your spine. These are extenuating circumstances. Her glance flicks towards the clock on the wall and she moves to leave. I must check on some things. Please stay put and don't cause any trouble. You'll have answers soon. Day 1. They give you a book for your second day here. You're able to read it from front to back within an hour. So are my hands now free, or are they like turning the pages for me? Day 2. One of the nurses is nice. His name is Barry. Sometimes he'll loosen the straps for you a little while you eat. But he never leaves the room unguarded. The Dr. Foster comes back, day 3. She looks more and more haggard every day. I don't know what that word means, but that sounds like a cool word. But still hasn't told you anything. Day 4. From the hallway conversations, you can pick out some words. It sounds scary. Something about a virus. Something about you. Something about a vaccine. Barry lets you leave the bed to pace around the room. Barry smiles kindly at you. He tells you he has to use the washroom. But you seem cool and you haven't done anything crazy, so he leaves you in the room alone. Alright. Let's fucking go, man. Now's your chance. You like Barry, but you also want to go home. You slip out the door, sealing it back up behind you. Not sure what they did with your clothes, but patting down the quiet hallway in your bare feet. And also seems more stealthy. So this might turn out okay. I don't know, man. You hear footsteps coming down the corridor. Duck into the room on your right. It is a supremely clean and organized office. There's a big oak desk in the middle and notes strewn about the surface. You look at the name tag, Dr. Fosto. You see files and patient notes as you draw closer to her desk. You see the light shift from the hallway. You hear the stretcher being rolled past the closed door. Decisions. Look at the notes. Entry 1. Patient presented with symptoms of an unknown virus. We have had 2 other patients presenting with similar symptoms. Thankfully, the government funding into our contact tracing and pandemic preparedness programs has paid off. We're able to quickly mobilize and isolate the web of people at the heart of this. Entry 2. We're closing in on the identity of patient 0. One of the patients has told us of a house party they attended a while back. An old friend of theirs at the small gathering just came back from an overseas trip. We have the suspected patient 0 in custody. The police found them unconscious in their home in the aftermath of the party. The police were able to round up the partygoers. It seems like a small circle of close friends, thankfully, and maybe we can stop this before it gets too big. Patient 0 doesn't seem to remember where they traveled to or what they were doing for the past few days. This does not bode well. If the patient came into contact with others, we need to find out and act quickly. Look at the journal in your hands. A sinking realization settling into your bones. It feels heavy like a lead coating your bones. Is it you? Are you carrying the virus? Could you pass it on to others? Fuck. Now I have a moral dilemma. So, if this was actually me, I would choose to go back. But because this is a game, I want to find out what happens. I want to see if we're going to get caught here. You run down the hallway. Your heart is thundering in your ears. There is a sound like roaring water, building pressure inside your skull. You can't stop to look behind you. The door is ahead of you. You can see the big red exit sign hanging over the doors. You can see trees outside the light and cars and leaves. You burst into open air. The sliding automatic doors hiss shut behind you. Your feet almost hurt from touching the pavement, hot from the summer sun. You breathe in deep. Is this what freedom smells like, you wonder with wonder? Okay, I feel like you probably didn't have to have that extra part right there. You're not sure you ever appreciated it. There are alarms blaring behind you now. You start to run. It's time to go home. Oh, fuck. I started the coronavirus. I'm sorry. I didn't think I would get away. It is quiet again. It is cold. You walk around alone outside. You haven't seen anybody for For how many kilometers? You have passed through one ghost town after another, cars snowed in on the streets, and houses with empty windows gazing soullessly upon you. There's no sound of children, no sound of civilization. It is so quiet. A gentle but chilly breeze hits you in the face. There is a rustling noise, and a newspaper drifts slowly by in the snow like tumbleweeds. You bend over to pick up the wilted, half-frozen piece of paper. Your eyes gaze at the headline. Patient Zero escapes from quarantine, releasing virus that killed millions. That's not good. Oh no. Oh no. Uh okay, that was not bad. That was not bad. I will say I wish there was some music. I am a huge audiophile. I love having music in the game. But even without any audio, it was enjoying enough to be able to read through. I like that. It did have visuals. It did have a certain style, and there was a lot of breaks in between the text where you could kind of choose what to do. That was not bad. That was pretty fun. All right, we're gonna be moving on to the next one. All right, guys. So this is a Renpy project. All right, let's get started here. Everything feels so suffocating. I think that's what they meant. Suffocating. Okay. All the loud, annoying opinions people are always whispering just out of earshot. Buzzing, annoying voices, loud, mindless static. Cold, horrible stares of judgmental people. Everyone who thinks themselves better. Why can't all of them leave you alone? Just look away. Alright, looks like we're going to be traveling into some inner demons here. You wake up suddenly, bright sunlight assaulting your eyes. Ugh. A dream like that again? This is getting so annoying. I guess making it all the way to morning is an improvement at least. Somebody's calling me. It's a cool ringtone. Same old room. Not a bad thing if you weren't here all the time. Not that anyone really would bother to make you leave if you could. The warm light trickling in through the large taunting sliding door to the balcony is almost comforting. Maybe going to the park might do you some good. Looking at the door makes your head spin and your hands ball up to pain spiking across your palms. Staring at the door hurts your head. Thinking about it is really painful. It's suffocating you to look. You feel sick to your stomach. You try to turn away, but your feet won't move. Just take a step back. You need to breathe. You look down at your palms, seeing the red marks from your nails. Taking a long breath, you turn your head away and look back to the rest of your room. You shake your head trying to snap yourself out of it. You should focus on something else like your classes. You move back from the door and go to your bean bed, sat in the middle of the room. The device sat in front of you opens a screen flashing open on the top of your device. You stare at the glowing screen as you navigate to your class's online discussion boards. Scanning for any sign of more work assigned, catching a glimpse of a stupid asking about another. Collage. Your knee buckles and you hit the ground suddenly. Fuck. You move yourself over to a sitting position and start tugging up your pant leg. Oh. The nerves in your leg burn for a moment before the pain fades. Your prosthetic had locked up from sudden pain. You check the band around the skin that's supposed to keep it from chafing and protect the insides of the prosthetic. There doesn't seem to be any damage. Why does this keep happening? There is one possibility that comes to mind every time. Late stage rejection. Last time you went to a doctor, they told you that it shouldn't be possible at this stage. But what other reason? You guess since it's a pre-market type prosthetic, it could have been a malfunction. The pain you get from it makes it hard to go outside, on top of other things. You slowly roll down your pants legs and get up onto your knees. You should check your implant just to make sure there's no problems. Wouldn't want anyone to see my face messed up. Well, that's not great. Your implant is reacting to stress, and you need to relax or it might malfunction. Just breathe in and out slowly. No one here to see you. You take slow, deep breaths and count in your head. Pound in your head? I don't know what that means. Oh, count, okay. You watch as the underskin color slowly fade away, returning to your skin's normal look. Am I an alien? Am I an alien? People! I don't want people! Oh, it's my door. Why would someone be at my door? Yeah, that's the immediate question that I would ask. Raid? The door opens slightly and quickly you step forward, putting a hand on the door, keeping it from swinging open all the way. Your voice squeaking in your throat that you don't manage to say anything as your heart rate picks up. You look down through the crack in the door and see your older brother. Your heartbeat calms down a little. I wanted to come check to see if you were okay. He doesn't try to push the door any farther open. He's letting you decide the boundary. Your fist tightens a little and you keep your hand on the door. Yeah, I'm good. Do you think you might want to go anywhere today? Oh my god, I can't read, I'm sorry. He always asks this, like he's trying to give you a chance to decide against your head. Nah, I have schoolwork. Excuses. Okay, but if you would like to go out, there's keys by the door. He passes a plastic container to you. It's breakfast. He knows you don't want to leave your room unless necessary. Well, this very supporting brother, I have to say. He starts to move away from the door before stopping and moving back for a moment. Hey, would it be fine for my boyfriend to come over? I want you two to meet. Your chest tightens again and you're sure you can feel the beat in your head. I'll be busy all day, so I don't think I'll have the time. Lies. That's alright. We can try another time. You don't know why he puts up with you still. Aw. Sad story. He pets your arm and steps away, pulling the door closed. I feel like that would be kind of awkward at that point if you were like, bye. Bye. He's good. He's too good as always. Maybe too good for you might have been a better sentence. Your stomach lurches as you glance around the room. This is the worst. You are the worst. So we're feeling guilty now. You heave loudly and cover your mouth. You stumble forward. You can't go out into the hall right now. Your brother will still be home. You have an idea walking to the sliding balcony door. Your hands shake as you struggle to pull it open. The door gives way finally, and you step out onto the balcony. Cold air hits your face. You take a deep breath. and then fold over, stumbling to a dirt-filled flower pot, retching. Oh, I just vomited. Slowly, you stand up looking around. Slowly, this is fine. You're still just in your room, basically, an outside part of it. It's nice to find. Oh, it's kind of nice to be able to breathe out here. You grab the balcony railing with shaking hands, breathing sharply. You can hear a few people pass or talk in the alleyway below, but other than that, it's pretty quiet. You are still alone. You feel tired from everything. You slowly move back to the door. You glance back, taking another slow, deep breath. You kind of want to take a nap. You can eat later and work on your college work while eating. That sounds good. Maybe you can try harder tomorrow to knock yourself out of this routine. There's always just another tomorrow. Okay, so from what I could gather, this story is about someone who has some kind of a disease, or maybe they were injured and they have a prosthetic that doesn't allow them to leave their room. So that ties in with the theme of being locked in, and it adds a little bit of character to our main protagonist here. I feel like they could have gone a little bit further with things, made things a little bit more extreme. Maybe give her like a real anxiety attack or a panic or a freak out, where she goes and does something really bad and she makes things worse. Like with her brother, that was a perfect moment for her to kind of flip out. What if the brother did end up taking his boyfriend over to the house, like inside the house, and then you have this other dilemma to deal with, and she's freaking out. That would make for a more interesting story. But obviously, it's a GameJam game, so you only added a little bit. It's a very slow digest kind of game. I imagine you have to keep working on it, or playing through it for quite a bit. It might have a few chapters. It's a longer game, is what I'm anticipating. Also, I did notice a lot of spelling mistakes. So to me, that says that the developer the English is not his or her native language, and that's totally okay. But it wasn't like terrible, where I couldn't read it. I did understand what you were saying, but it did cause a few pauses in my reading. Like if I was just reading that in my head, I'm sure it would have been fine. But it does kind of cause the player to pause a little bit and not be able to continue with the story, or flow freely through the story as you normally would be if there were no typos. So just some little things. See what I did there? Just some little things to work on your game if this is going to be like a bigger project. It was a bit of fun. I like the artistic style. I think the character, there was some potential to make her a little bit more stronger, But what you have here is it has done its job. I will say that. All right, so we've played In Your Coffee. We've not played The Under, and this is a text adventure game. The Under by Clarissa Dixon. Oh, and let me just point out the I'm gonna cut that out. A text adventure game rated mature. Let's go. In his brother's room, Trevor sits in front of the window waiting. The can of tuna he opened and set out is untouched. Andy's cat Marshmallow could only be one place now. There are voices in the living room. Trevor looks around Andy's room and grabs a blanket and cat food from the corner where Marshmallow's stuff was, and leaves the room. It has been a week now, Mom says. They talk about Marshmallow. Father said that Marshmallow would be found by the second day. Trevor was hopeful, but as time went on, he had a bad feeling about Marshmallow. He talked to his parents on the fourth day, but they did not believe him. Trevor steps out into the living room. Mom takes notice and stops his father with a gesture. Hi, honey, she says. Do you need anything? Trevor shakes his head. I heard you. Marshmallow didn't run away. You're right. The cat probably got lost, his father says. We're going to find him, don't worry. But Marshmallow wasn't out there. Trevor knew the cat couldn't be lost in the neighborhood. He was lost inside. Marshmallow would never forget where home is. Trevor told his parents about the things under his bed, but they didn't believe him. Monsters were real, at least the ones under the bed. Trevor just knew that Marshmallow was pulled under the bed at some point. No one was going to believe him, so no one was going to save the cat unless Trevor did it. Mom looks at Trevor gently when he nods and walks to his room. Family photos hang on the hallway walls. And we're going to enter the room here. Trevor grabs what he left outside the door and shuts the door shut behind him. You could probably left this word out. I think shuts the door behind him is efficient enough. He looks around the room, eyes the race car themed bed in the left corner. The shadows under the bed are soft. No monsters under the bed right now. There is a string of Christmas lights on the ground around the bottom of the bed. The lights were a safety feature Trevor added after a fright he experienced. Where else could the cat be? There were no other options. Andy's cat was pulled under the bed that day. Andy would trust me. He would probably save Marshmallow on his own. To go to the under, he needs some gear for this mission. Anything that gives light can help. Monsters don't like light. That was common kid knowledge. Trevor opens his bedside table. He has glow sticks, batteries, and 2 flashlights. I still need to carry Marshmallow. From the closet, Trevor finds a backpack and empties it. I should check the closet too. Trevor packs the cat supplies, and then he adds the flashlight and batteries into the bag. There is still no room left in the bag. Trevor looks in the closet and flips open the toy box. A shuffle through some toys, and only a ball lights up. Great, I don't have anything good. Grumbling, he sits to pull on shoes. A Star Wars lightsaber set between your sneakers. Oh, that's perfect, he says. Trevor grabs the lightsaber and pulls on a thick gray winter jacket. Now I just need some shoes. He has 2 pairs of shoes, regular sneakers with nice treads, or older shoes that light up. The light up shoes, baby boy, Skechers, let's go. Mom got me these shoes. She used to buy Andy and me matching light up sneakers, I remember. She liked us wearing them in December for Christmas. They were the shiznit, let me say that. This pair is worn down now, but the shoes still loyally flashed with blue and white lights with a hard stomp on the ground. Josh never talks about when he took a look in the under. It must be terrifying, but this is Andy's cat. Trevor pulls on his backpack and kneels next to the bed. The shadows are still soft. Nothing lurks under there right now. He flattens out on the floor and scoots underneath the bed. The air felt thicker and colder. Trevor looks out to the rest of his room. Mom says something. He recognizes her voice, but it sounds muffled and distant, even though he sees her shadow at the crack under the door. Things were looking fuzzy, too, edges less crisp. Trevor feels himself sinking down into the floor, where it felt even colder. Trevor freezes at the sensation. He grips the straps of his backpack with white knuckles. I can do this. He closes his eyes tight and takes long, slow breaths. Oh, I should breathe in the under? The air is supposed to be weird. Or, oh, should I breathe in the under? Sound fades, like when he floats in the pool and gets his ears filled with water. Trevor suddenly finds himself sliding downward. Like in a steep slide, he slips off a jelly-like coating on the walls around him. Ugh, am I inside something? He hits the ground, and his eyes snap open with panic. It's dark, but there is an orange tint to the darkness. Trevor pats his hand around on the sticky, flaky ground. This is gross, he says. Oh, it should be full screen. Wiping his hands off on his pants, Trevor opens his backpack and fishes out a flashlight. He sat in a long passageway that stood without a ceiling. The walls and the ground are discolored. Some patches were growing mushrooms or moss, maybe mold. The open sky is a smokescreen with the thick fog and gritty particles in the air. With the flashlight, he could see visible spots of dust. You probably don't have to add the visible part. You could just say he could see particles of dust or spots of dust floating around in the air. It looked like grains of sand when it landed on his skin. I'm in the under. Look around or look around? Trevor just notices the white fur left on the path in front of him. His cat! He grabs a few strands and they stick to his fingers along with the brown goo that covers the ground. Could that be Marshmallow's fur? She should still be shedding her winter coat. There is no fur trail behind him, and the walls that way gradually narrow. Somehow it looks damp and darker. Trevor checks where he fell in from where a strange tunnel in the wall was. A tube for the small tunnel stretches up into the sky. It went farther than he could see in the blanket of fog overhead. Follow the trail. I always find my way back when hiking. This will be easy. Trevor walks down the trail of fur. The level of quiet is stunning. The only sound was his shoes squishing to the ground with each step. Trevor comes to a fork in the passageway. He looks for Marshmallow's fur, but there's not a strand in sight. Go right, because it rhymes with sight. Trevor peers down both the right and left passages of the fork. Neither have much of a difference. He shrugs and heads down the right path. The walls have more hole with surface tunnels stretch up into the cold open sky. Sometimes there was trash that Trevor could recognize on the ground. So these really are surface tunnels. He stops at a surface tunnel where a battery and a few Lego pieces lay on the ground under it. Trevor pokes at the battery with his shoe, but the goop keep holds on. However, he did manage to get one of the Lego pieces. Andy and I could spend hours playing with the Legos. Trevor gave away his Lego sets soon after Andy died. Damn, did he die in here? Let's look closer here. Many things are stuck to the tunnel walls. Toys, snack wrappers, and even a pencil smushed into the stickiness. Hello? He calls. There's an echo back, but nothing else. He keeps walking. Trevor was used to long walks. It was a family activity, at least when Andy was there. Trevor wipes sweat from his face and stiffly pulls his foot from the ground for another step. The jelly-like slime that coated the walls and ground caked onto his shoes. The goop wanted to adhere the rubber soles. Strings of slime trail behind him on his sneakers. A surface tunnel entrance gives off more light than the others, and Trevor draws near. The inside of the tunnel was filling with small mushrooms. The tops were porous and faintly glowing. The ground rumbles, and Trevor freezes mid-step. Visibly, nothing moves, but the ground rumbles under his feet again. Let's hide. I think running is probably a bad idea right now. Trevor rushes to one of the surface tunnels. A double check confirms that there is nowhere else to hide. He sucks in a breath and digs his fingers into the slick sides. The material gives some, and his fingertips. The material gives some, I would probably say gives way in that section there, and his fingertips sink into the moist clay-like goop filling underneath his nails. Ew. It takes Trevor a few times to get his foothold, but he manages to pull himself into the entrance of that tunnel. There are heavy thumps, slow, but gaining in strength. Trevor works on calming his shaky breath. He strains and grips harder to hold on. When the noise fades and the vibrations are no longer felt, Trevor loosens his grip. He has a bit of a slip getting out of the hiding spot, but the pathway is undisturbed. Trevor takes deep breaths and keeps on down the path. He would have fought that thing and kept me home safe, and he was brave. The passage veers to the right, and he slowly follows the curving borders. Trevor passes plenty of surface tunnels. Most have trash on the ground around them. One tunnel is extra dark and misty. Trevor slows down and crouches. He is close to the hole in the wall. He wipes his palms on his pants and angles the light. Light hurts him. I'll be fine. The smoky strands of the monster recede as the light gets closer. Trevor pauses right at the surface tunnel entrance. In one fluid motion, he shines the light up the tunnel and looks in. The light reflects off of 5 dime-sized eyes. It backs up further into the tunnel, till the flashlight beam is barely able to reach it. The monster's smoky covering disappears in the light, and the skin looks similar to a porous wet clay. Trevor moves back from the hole to the other wall in the passage. I hope it is not too angry. Trevor moves quickly to get away from the tunnel. At a power walk pace, he glances behind himself. The pitch dark smokiness of the monster seeps out like smoke from the tunnel entrance. Nails scraping the creature crawls from the surface tunnel and closes the distance between it and Trevor. His feet lose solid ground, and Trevor's chin slams into the ground. Trevor is slow to roll onto his back. The monster pulls at his feet, but keeps dropping them. The colorful white and blue flashes of light from his sneakers keep the monster at bay. Light reflects off the beast's few eyes and the thin outstretched limbs of the monster. It has hands with only 2 fingers and gunk-covered claws. Trevor gets a hold of his flashlight and shines it at the creature. Try to escape. He comes to an open space with a domed ceiling over the top, enclosing the room off from the grit in the air. Trevor stops in the room, huffing and puffing, and pushes his damp hair from his face. 3 unexplored pathways that branch off from the room. Trevor checks the tunnel with his flashlight before stepping in. There were fewer tunnels that lead up to the surface along this path. He walks with less cautiousness, making his way down the path quickly. At the end of the tunnel, there is another sizable dome-roofed room. It has an ordinary-looking furniture like chairs at a table and an old hammock. There are no other hallways to go down except the one he came from. Marshmallow has to be somewhere else. Alright, so this game I think goes on for a little bit longer. Oh wait, that's it. I can camp until I find the way back home. I have Marshmallow. He stops walking after surveying the area for creatures. Trevor brings his backpack to the front and peeks in on Marshmallow. Marshmallow wiggles her head from the backpack and meows. Don't worry, I was prepared for you, he says. It will be the 2 of us for a little while. Thanks to Full Sail University Professor Chad Coop for his assistance and problems I ran into with scripting. Some credit to my friend who also read through scripting and point out grammatical errors for the updates on the text game plan. Thank you, Clarissa Dixon. Sorry about that. Interesting little story. Even though this game lacked a lot of audio, I feel like the writing was fairly, I want to say, digestible enough. Like, I didn't really feel too bored during that entire read-through. It was not bad. The writing was pretty decent. I was able to imagine a lot of the whatever I was in the under, right? The environment was, visually comprehensible to me. Obviously, there's probably some minor little things you could improve on, like the spelling errors, grammatical errors. Uh, that's really a smaller thing. This game is rated mature, but I'm not sure why exactly. I haven't gotten to that point in time yet. Oh, Carissa Dixon. Is that her name? I'm sorry. No, there's no L. Ah, damn. I'm sorry. I'm terrible with names. By Carissa Dixon, The Under. So that was The Under. I played this yesterday. 5 days of Nivi I have not. We're gonna do Snow in September, Her Divine Bust, Ancient Fire Still Burns. Let's mix up a little bit. Let's skip to one that I personally think is very interesting. Planet Spectrum. Potential harvest site found. Please confirm acceptance of mission. Oh! Warning. Warning. Low power detected. What? I've awakened, but there seems to be a problem. Starship, please confirm native time. The Starship computer isn't responding. I will follow investigation protocols. Of Starship Spectrum's grunt force, You can choose the male or female appearance of the character. This choice will have no effect on gameplay. Choose wisely, as this cannot be undone and may be a matter of life or death. Alright, we're gonna go with female because magic anime girls. First protocol, obtain visibility. I'll use the light on my collar. It's low on power. It must have discharged somehow. I'll need to look around the ship with what little access I have. I need my collar recharged or my access licenses won't work at all. I'll review movement protocol for optimal efficiency. I'll need to move WASP protocol to move around. I can use mouse protocol to observe my surroundings. Shift protocol will allow me to run if necessary. To interact with objects, I'll use space protocol. Enter will give me access to the menu. The RFCV protocol will allow me to alter my view in certain circumstances. I can interact with the door and the quarters with the space protocol. I'll move to the hall and check the neighboring quarters. I also have a cadet issued protocol. I can use that to familiarize myself with the architects and the engineers who made this voyage possible. Very nice job. Cool stuff, cool area. It looks like everything is rendered in 3D. And we have a limited field of view here, so that was the door. There is damage to the ship. And hazards are present. I might be able to push some things out of the way. I need to find the other crew members. Hello? I need to put out the fires. Hey, there we go. There is a collar. It belongs to maintenance. I'll have limited access to put out the fires if I wear this in exchange for my own. Collar abilities are obtained by or equipped automatically upon discovering them and are used when I interact with something in the environment that requires it. I can check current abilities and number of charges by accessing the menu. So a lot of directions, which is good. That way the player always knows what their options are and what they can do. So I just gotta put out these fires. You guys hear this game? I think I might have the volume a little bit low. Whoa! What's that all about? I feel like the mouse settings are a little bit too sensitive. There, I don't think there's a way to change the sensitivity of that. Message speed, cursor position. I don't know what that does exactly. And then SFX and BGM. I like this menu. This is very beautiful. Very nice. This is also made with RPG Maker. I've got a leather tunic. All systems functioning optimally. And I got a knife. Alright. Excuse me. Okay, so these are protocols. Very interesting. 3D models, tile graphics, Smile game builder. Okay. Oh, so this is not RPG Maker. This is a different engine. Interesting. Alright, my mistake. Oh, what am I supposed to do? Oh, snap. In our year 344X, our planet's ecosystem finally became unstable. We, the Spectra, were forced to evacuate, sending ships all across our star system to look for planets with ecosystems that could sustain us indefinitely. Our crew was 13 in number, 12 Spectra and an AI to watch over our stasis and pilot the ship. After more than 5 years in stasis, while our AI-driven starship stayed its course to our destination C-S4G4N, our slumber was cut short unexpectedly. This is like an episode right out of Star Trek, and I love that. Amalgamash presents Planet Spectrum. Oh, hello. Pathalo, you've awoken. It's titanium white. You're the ship's artificial intelligence. Your cognition is intact. Without sufficient power to the medbay, I was not sure you would reconstitute. It is fortuitous that you found the maintenance collar when you did, and decided to assimilate its functions. I'm in the control room. What happened? You assimilated too much carbon and toxic chemicals from the smoke, Pathalo. You have been in toxic hibernation for 15 days. 15 days. That is when the sabotage occurred. You may see the current state of the ship now and speak to me when you are ready to learn more of our situation. The situation? What has happened? You can now use a save from the menu. You can now save while inside the starship. Please return to save often. I did save before. I just want to mention that. I think it should have worked. But maybe now it actually works. Yeah, it looks... Oh, whoops. Whoops. Alright, so what do I do, lady? Allow me to explain our circumstances, Patalo. This may take some time. Wonderful art, by the way. I love this. Are you prepared? 15 days ago, our ship landed on this planet. As you know, we were scheduled to maintain to continue stasis until preliminary readings about the environment had been completed. During our entry into the atmosphere, however, a slight gravitational shift occurred, causing an incidental electromagnetic pulse that took us down for less than 0.001 seconds. In this time, I was unable to divert resources to analyze the starship's logs to see if any of our systems had been compromised or in need of maintenance. When we landed, it turned out that one of our own had awakened before schedule and disabled the power system. It has taken roughly 12 days for me to use this planet's star to recharge via the solar arrays on our starship and begin emergency protocol measures. Starting from assuming this holographic form, I was able to access the logs and find that the crew member who woke left our ship without authorization, risking the mission and lives of our crew by exposing our crew to the atmosphere of an unknown world. However, not before destroying almost every caller and adjunct authorizations on them, leaving us unable to perform communication and tracking functions. I am unable to confirm the identity of the saboteur due to this, and unable to ascertain the identities of the remaining survivors on the ship. The survivors? Wait! Pathalo. Ship life support systems only confirms 3 living members aboard the ship. The logs confirm only 1 Spectre could have left the ship. Therefore, besides you, there are only 2 others aboard the ship. The rest of our crew has perished, either as a result of being exposed to the outside, or directly murdered by the saboteur. Ouch. I am unable to describe this feeling. Our original mission is to research this planet's atmosphere and ecosystem, and ascertain long-term survivability for our species. But, the emergency protocol must now be in effect. Pathalo, our chance of survivability is less than 0.0000001% due to the restrictions with which you were created and the limitations of your role. But we could call for support by contacting home base. This is what protocol would recommend, yes. However, diagnosis of the long-range communication systems returns an error. When I investigated, it seemed that major components were missing, taken forcibly to the panel's maintenance hatch. When the saboteur left the ship, they likely took with them those components. Pathalo, the emergency protocol has changed our mission. You, a Pathalo, are the only one with a functional collar, are able to leave the ship. You will need licensure to do this, and I am unable to grant you that licensure with full conditional authority, as you are wearing the maintenance collar, and the Spectre in charge of maintenance, Indigo, is presumed dead. So I can leave since I'm able to act as backup maintenance, but I need a licensure to leave the ship, granted by you. I hereby grant you this leave. You are able to come and go as you please. The mathematical probability of survival using any other strategy returns null. Pathalo, emergency protocol has changed your role. You have new orders. Your first mission is to earn travel licensure for your caller. I can grant you extended travel range as long as you are providing usefulness beyond that of a typical Pathalo. Therefore, for your first mission, you must go outside and search the premises for samples. You must bring me as many samples as you can find. For each sample, I will be able to grant you a new travel license, and the systems utilized in our drone equipment. In our drone equipment on the planet will allow you to access to new areas. You need to look for 8 unique samples outside of this ship and bring as many as possible back to me. Once you have the appropriate travel licensure, utilize the exits in the meadow to access the new areas. The protocol is exacting on this point and rewards only those whose foraging can be made useful in an exponential regard. Hence, I can only trade specific outside samples for specific licenses. I do not wish to overwhelm you any more than you likely already are, fellow. So please begin the mission. Oh, she's walking! She's walking! Look at her! She's walking. Reporting in, Fadalo. No. Very cool. Beep boop beep. I'm gonna pretend to do something here. My computers are offline. What are these tubes for? Is this for like cloning or for stasis? I'm imagining. I really like the environment. I like this. I love sci-fi stories. I love sci-fi games. Uh, Definitely a treat to see this done in such an atmospheric way. All right, so we're going into the outside world. Wow! So this is CS4G4N. I don't feel ill, and my collar's returning to stable parameters. This means at least I can survive out here for some period of time. I should find samples before going back in. I'm sure everything titanium needs is in this meadow. Oh, look at this! Ah, this is so cool. I love 3D games. These are like the most fun. Reminds me of those PS2 classics, you know? What's this? This is our habitat, I'm assuming. Jesus Christ. Oh, there's a ship here. Alright, breaking the fourth wall there. It's kind of cute. Let's see how the first person looks. Oh yeah, now this is how it's meant to be played, I think. Oh yeah, this is interesting. You can kind of look around with Q&A as well. But I think the mouse is a little bit more easy. This tree smells different than the others. I think there is fungus growing on it. I'll take the sample to titanium. There's something flying around this. Ow! I think it attacked me. Oh, I might have some kind of disease now. Wonderful music. This music composition is very, very nice. It's very fitting for this frolicky kind of meadow. I like it. I think we still have some more samples to collect. What's this? Oh. Looks like a fungus as well. This appears to be organic material affected by a pathogen. An airborne one? I need to get it to titanium. Oh snap. You can get sick in this game. Okay. There's some stuff over there that I want to get to. I could use the buttons as well. Look, it's like a fruit tree. I think at this height the air quality is good. I think this is a good sample to bring to titanium. I think that's it. I'm on top of the world. Can I climb that? Huh. It kind of looks like I can climb that. Like, you know, vines. I think that was all. Alright, let's report back to Titanium and see if this is enough samples. Reporting in, Pathalo. I see you have a sample of bacteria, Pathalo. Well done. I shall run it through our ships and analyze it to ascertain the adequateness of the environment to a potential threat to our species. For this, I will grant you the Untitled Travel license. While the exploratory use is to allow crew to study bacteria that may be trapped in ice, you will use it to carry out our secondary objective. For now, are there more samples? I see you have a sample of mineral, Pathalo. Well done. I shall run it through our ship's analyzer to ascertain whether it is indigenous or igneous, sorry. For this, I will grant you the volcano travel license. Woo, we're going to the volcano. While the exploratory use is to allow crew to study the amount of igneous rock in a given region to ascertain livability in that region, you will use it to carry out our secondary objective. For now, let's work on sample acquisition. I see you have a sample of the vegetation. I'm just gonna skip to this. I think a lot of this is more or less the same, but I think it's impressive because I think they're using variables, or they're either copy pasting or using a variable to distinguish between the different samples and the different responses needed for each sample trade. Either way, I think this is a great way to do this. So I can travel to the marsh now, and as well as utilization of waste recycling. You will use it to carry out a secondary objective. Continue gathering or turning in samples. Sample of the water. Coast travel license. Wow, this must have a lot of areas. That's really cool. Insect life. Caverns travel license. Okay. I think that's okay. One more. The air. Desert travel license. That makes sense. There you go. That should be it. Excuse me. This is what I look like though. Can zoom in. Beep. This is cool. Alright, let's go. What? What? Where am I supposed to go? Wait. Do I use the star? The starship? Or what? Let me see. Let's see if we can figure this out. I don't know if the system is in here. To the garage. I don't have a reason to be there. No security access. Okay, that. Oh no. I think that is the end of our journey. Because I think that might be a bug. Oh no, I wanted to discover and explore. Let's try again. Let's see. Maybe I'm missing a sample here. It is possible. Oh, it looks like a rock. How do I get up there? Aha! We shall see now! What? Oh no. No! You're my only hope, Obi-Wan Kenobi. I kind of want to jump over. Oh wow! He even has something rendered for when you look outside. Wow. Look at that! She's running! Oh my god, there's so much love and work that went to this. This is wonderful. This is a game that I think would really continue to be and grow and be something really good. I'm gonna go back to first person mode. I don't know, I think it might be bugged out because I can't seem to... Oh, and I can walk on this tree here. I guess this is Donkey Kong. I can't seem to figure out how to get the starship working. Maybe if I walk around and interact with stuff. No, pretty much the same here. Is there a bug debugging button here? Can I crouch? Oh, what if I save? I'm gonna save, and then I'm gonna exit protocol. And see if that works. Uh-oh. Alright, so there's definitely a bug that's preventing us to get access to that ship. Because titanium here. Maybe you're supposed to bring them in one at a time. Maybe it's what I'm thinking. Alright, I'm gonna try loading up. I did accidentally save on here. Okay. Well, we already read through this, so I'm just gonna skip through. I like how this artwork here. You can kind of see she's kind of glitching out there. Very cool idea for a character too, for an AI. And you know what? This is exactly like a Star Trek episode that it's probably not intentional, or maybe it is. Maybe it's a reference to it or inspired by it. I will probably look up the exact episode once I'm done with this video. During editing, it'll probably be right here, maybe. It's very similar to that episode that I remember watching a long time ago. It looks like you can move while talking to her, so I don't know if that's preferred. I'm pressing up while talking to her, and that's what's causing me to. All right, so I'm gonna try bringing it in one at a time. Let's go ahead and. Let's try that. I'm really I really want to see the rest of this game. If there is a rest of this game, I really want to get to it. I find this is probably one of my favorite submissions to this game jam. I mean, it is narrative driven, but it feels so much more like an RPG, and that's what I love about it. Whoops. Alright, let's bring her some more samples here. We are going to get to this other areas. I promise. I gotta do one by one. I feel like we might have hit the bug by turning them all in at once. I don't want to repeat that. It could be that this is for not, but I'm really hoping that I can get this game to work to get me to the next level, because I love this. Oops. The keyboard input is good because I can play the game with one hand, which is very convenient. Oh, whoops. I will say that I think the tiles and the blocky movement is a bit clunky. I'll probably work on that to make it where you can kind of fall off if you're on top of it, but you can't climb up from the bottom. But that would be very complicated to work to actually integrate into the game. Just a small little thing, you know. The movement probably could be a little bit more, what is the word? Self-aware, I think. Aware of objects and things like that, and slopes. Where is that last sample? There it is. How do I get up there? I think she's supposed to say something different once I've collected all the samples. That's it. Oh boy. Well, that sucks. We're unable to progress, I think. We're gonna try right now, but I'm pretty sure that it is for naught. It is for naught. Yeah. Okay. Give me a sec here. All 8 samples. How many samples did I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I am missing one. I'm missing one. It's not a bug. Where is it? Where is it? Oh, this is tricky. It's gonna be a hidden watch. This is hidden. I know it is. Okay. Maybe it's in the air somewhere? I'm just walking around clicking on stuff. There's no eighth sample is the problem. I think it's probably hidden somewhere or not activatable. Oh well, we did give it a good run. This has a lot of potential, I think, to become like the next big RPG thing. You know, maybe it's my opinion. You know, I like this style. of RPG. I think it's got a lot of room for expansion, and it can be a really fun game, I think. If you start to add on like different characters, different items, combat, maybe some kind of a simple combat. But I think that's it for this game, unfortunately. All right, moving on to the next game here. Oh, this was by Amalgam Ash. All right, coffee shop. It's Monday morning, time for a coffee. Cheers to that, feller. You head to your favorite coffee shop, but a strange series of circumstances sees you locked in. Will you be able to escape? This 2D text adventure game was made during the narrative-driven GameJam in February 2021. It was built using C# and Unity. Alright, this is runnable on the browser, so bonus points for that. You do not have to download any files. Nice sound effects. Might have to turn that down a little bit. Is there a full screen? Maybe. Whoops. That is the reload. The nearest cafe is only a few blocks away, and lucky for you, it's open early. You put on your running shoes and head out the door. May as well get some exercise on your way. At a light jog, you reach the coffee shop in no time. Lila, your favorite barista, waits behind the counter. What do you order? Caramel latte with extra whipped cream, or just plain black coffee? Plain black coffee, please. One of the news staff, a teen named Greg, pours you a coffee. You enjoy it slowly while reading the newspaper, feeling smug that you avoided all those extra calories. I mean, I just like black coffee, you know what I mean? I'll put some sugar in it too, so it's not necessarily healthy, but I like it black sometimes. Oh boy, I feel like that's going to be misconstrued. At 7:30, you gather your things and stand up to leave. That's when you notice Lila standing by the door. Oh, whoops. I pressed F1, not 1. You try to leave, but Lila jumps in front of you and blocks your way. The cuff of her shirt falls back slightly and you notice she's wearing a blinking bracelet. I'm really sorry, she says, readjusting her sleeve. But my boss just phoned. He says no one is allowed in or out. Wow. You trust your boss that much? Whoa. Without another word, she locks the door from the inside and slides the key into her pocket. Then she walks away towards the cash register. Yeah, so for me, personally, I would have stopped her right there. There's no way somebody's going to do that to me. But this is a horror. I think this is a horror game, so we're going to check this out. You spin around and notice there are other customers in the shop who look just as confused as you are. 1. Approach the other customers. Follow Lila. I'm going to follow her. I don't trust what she's doing. What the hell? You storm after Lila, following her behind the bar. She stops abruptly at the espresso machine and, to your surprise, continues making drinks. You yell and wave your hands, but she doesn't even flinch. Before you can say anything, there is a loud crash at one of the tables. You look over and see one of the customers, an old man, has fallen to the floor. Whoa. I'm gonna go and help him. I'm Wilfred, the man says, extending his hand. I think I've seen you here before. Wilfred motions for you to follow him to another cleaner table. That was nothing, he says. I'm just sorry I wasted all that coffee. Think she'd mind if I poured myself another cup? Oh, this is getting weird already. Wilfred takes his cup over to the bar. Sensing an opportunity, you run for the front door. It's locked tight, but the road outside is busy with cars. If only you could find some way to get someone's attention. Find something to break open the door. There is a garbage can next to the door, but it's far too heavy to lift. Your best bet is probably one of the chairs. You grab one and raise it over your head and are about to smash it through the window when you hear a voice yell, "What are you doing?" Greg, the new hire, grabs your wrist and spins you away from the door. Damn, Greg! He's surprisingly strong and the chair you were holding falls to the floor. No moving the furniture, he snarls. Didn't you read the sign? Ignore Greg or apologize. Okay, so maybe that was an overreaction. Sorry, man, you say to Greg. After all, no one else seems to be panicking. You put the chair back at the table and take a seat. At that moment, you have crossed into the Twilight Zone. At that moment, Lila reappears from the storage room. She's carrying 2 rolls of paper towels. Here, she says, handing you one. You work together to clean Wilfred's table. I'm working at the shop all of a sudden? These people are crazy. Everything seems fairly normal until you notice Lila's bracelet is now blinking twice as fast, and it's beeping too. What is that thing? You face Lila, trying to sound casual. Lila smiles, but it doesn't reach her eyes. My boss makes everyone wear them, she says. In fact, he's outside right now and he wants to speak with you. Kind of like a reverse Karen. Try to hide or see what he has to say. I'm getting really creepy vibes about this, but I'm gonna go and talk to him. You take a seat next to Wilfred as Lila. Should I say Lila or Lila? Maybe it's Lila. Goes to unlock the front door. A man in a suit enters the cafe and stands facing the tables. Thank you for all being here, he says. My name is William Reed. I have been watching you closely through the monitors, and if my calculations are correct, you should be feeling the effects of my experiment right about now. Oh. So it wasn't your imagination after all. There's a gurgling in your stomach, like you ate something rotten. Your muscles feel stiff and heavy, like you don't have full control over them. The woman whispers something to Lila, who approaches your table. She puts her fingers on Wilfred's neck, just under his chin. This one's cooked, she says. No pulse. Damn. Wilfred stares at Lila in shock as your fingers fly to your neck. There's nothing there. Lila pulls your hand aside to check for herself. No pulse, she says. Her boss walks over to you and crouches down at eye level. Now tell me, he says. Did you drink black coffee or the caramel latte? Very interesting. William Reed clicks his tongue. I believe what you are experiencing is a placebo effect. It should wear off within a few hours. Perhaps it is best you lie down. Lila. Lila comes forward holding a large syringe. Before he can protest, she sinks it deep into your neck. That's terrible. Okay, I'll say this. I know some people are afraid of needles. I'm not afraid of needles, but it still freaks me out. That is probably one of the most scariest things that somebody can do to you is take a needle, a random freaking needle that you don't know where it came from, and stick it into your neck. Oh God, that's creepy. That's a good job. Good job on the writing. This is very eerie in a very simple way. Let's continue. You awake hours later, cold and hungry on the sidewalk. It's nearly evening and the street lamps are on. Struggling onto your feet, you peer inside the coffee shop window, but it's empty and dark. You turn and run home as fast as you can, vowing to never return here again. That was fun. That was a fun little game. It didn't drag on too long. There are some slight visuals. The page is customized with the background. Very nice. I like it. So that was The Coffee Shop by Mystic Mill. And let's move on to the next one. Let's see. Let's do I've done this one before. Yesterday, I believe. Let's do Ancient Fire Still Burns. This looks like it looks like it's got an interesting art style. It's a 7Z. Give me 1 minute. All right, Ancient Fire Still Burns. Very retro. Pixel art looks cool. Interesting color scheme. Enter space to start new game. 1 to load last scene. 2 for options. 3 for credits. Game created for narrative-driven Jam 1. Written, designed, and coded by K.D.H.W, I guess. Art made in GIMP by K.D.H.W. Music composed in Bosca Coil by K.D.H.W. Very good, sir. Wearing all the hats, I see. And let's go to options. Let's see what we can do. Music volume. Let's turn that up a little bit. Sounds volume. See text mode typewriter. What does that mean? Oh, okay. Yeah, I do prefer that. All right, let's start a new game. The storm shakes the trees. The wind makes the houses creak as they sway slightly. You stare off into the horizon, trying to spot it between the dark clouds. Fedro. There, over there, look. Berta. Where? I cannot see it. Toward the east, right over the forest. You look toward the east and see the single point of light shining in the storm. What is that? It's like a crystal. A single crystal of energy carried by a magical spirit flies toward town. Ooh. You almost celebrate seeing it so close, but then... Oh no! I'm dead. Mom. No, you can't go. Of course you can't. But how will the village make it without the crystal? It's too dangerous. We'll just have to make do for the rest of the month. Like we can. Listen, son. Oh, don't hide it from me. I know the situation. The village is running out of resources. Everyone else is busy working. Only the 2 of us. I said no. Merta. We will think of something ourselves. Sure, Dad, sure. In silence, everyone in the house goes to their room. In the middle of the night, your brother comes to wake you. You dress up in a hurry and with him walk out. What are you doing? What do you think I'm doing? I'm going to go get it. You really think you can find it and bring it back? Someone has to do it. We really just can't let go of this occasion. I think I have just enough magic left in me to perform at least a few location spells. And you should want to do it too. So what's your answer?
What if you die? Dad will be mad at you. I'll come with you. Let's go. You know what? Fine. If you really want me to come. Oh, great. Come on then. Grab your mask and a dagger. We meet at the exit of town. And if something happens, it will be your responsibility? Nothing will happen. You can trust me on that. You approach the exit of town. You don't know how the walls in their condition are keeping any wild animals out. The important part is that they do. Finally, you're here. What was taking so long? I was just grabbing some water to bring on the journey. My knife needed sharpening. Well, that's a fine then. I'd like to see you preparing yourself properly. This isn't a hunt, though. We have to go fast before the crystal loses its powers. Any questions? Is it dangerous? And how long will it take? Probably all night. I'm basing my estimate on how slow you walk. Can you not treat me like a dead weight? No promises. Maybe I shouldn't read it in this weird accent. I don't even know what accent that is. Lead the way, brother. Come on then. The sooner we go, the better. He walks off, starting on his way, and you follow right behind him. The two of you start walking and leave town. Soon the town disappears behind you and you enter the forest. The night is quiet and the wind is soft, and the path in the forest dark and unclear. Are you sure where we are going? Of course I do. I saw the crystal was falling. I saw where the crystal was falling. Plus, I can use a location spell at least once, maybe twice. At the very least, your confidence is unending. Just don't let it guide you into a ditch or something. He giggles. You are quite the little sister, aren't you? What about you? How many spells do you think you have left? Well, I don't... Oh, right. You still can't do spells, can you? It happens. There's usually that kind of spell that triggers your mana. It's usually the one you are best at. You just have to find it. You sigh and nod your head. You look around checking for wolves and bears. No troubles in sight so far. In fact, not much is happening at all. Even the wind has stopped around you. Nothing but your footsteps fill the air. You try to shake off that feeling, that creepy feeling, and walk on. So, do you believe the stories? The dead warriors? They say they battled right in this forest, that it was so incredibly bloody that some warriors never left. They stayed behind as ghosts of the war. Ugh, can you not? It's freaky around here as it is. It's freaky enough around here as it is. He giggled again and winks. Sure, but if an undead soldier attacks you, I'll say, I told you. Uh-oh, we're gonna die. After quite some talking, you two find yourselves in the middle of the forest. Nothing but trees and wildlife for kilometers. Even if it seems all wildlife has disappeared. You pointed it out to your brother how empty and silent the woods are in this area. He doesn't seem to be worried. You make sure to keep your dagger ready for anything. What's that? What's what? That over there. It's like a dome. That wouldn't make sense. Why would there be a... Oh. You both finally see it. It's a very large clearing completely covered by a semi-transparent dome of shiny energy. You aren't yet a magical expert but can tell the strength that field emanates. This is some kind of ancient magic. It has to be. Is it to keep us out? No, I don't think so. Our mage species doesn't get blocked by magical shields. Let me try. He starts concentrating, and after a second... Retrovamento! See, I knew they were some kind of a foreign species. Just our luck. The crystal fell right in there. I was worried you'd say that. Keep your dagger at the ready and stick close. We're going in. Maybe we should go back and... No, no. We have come too far to come back now. Come on, let's go in. The barrier gives way as you two go inside it. You hope for the best and grip your knife under your tunic. You notice immediately that the magic somehow hides the outside world and you can't see the sky, just endless blackness. Oh, I skipped that on accident. What's the matter, sis? Scared? Give me a break. Sorry, I'm just trying to lighten the mood. Keep both eyes open. The crystal is around here, but I don't know exactly where. You're positive we can escape this magic bubble, right? Stop being worried, silly. Towards the fort castle, ruins of old walls and houses made of stones, and flagpoles stuck to the ground, old tattered flags hanging from them. That seems like... Yes, I noticed. It's the symbol of our villages. Could this be from the war? Hasn't it been centuries or even more? I guess this means there really was a battle here. Let's hope at least the ghosts aren't real, right? He does a fake little laugh. Stick close to me, okay? Whoops. You walk together toward the castle. Maybe from one of the towers you'll be able to spot the crystal somewhere in the field. Or maybe the crystal has landed inside it. You can't take many chances. This is taking longer than I was hoping for. We might just have to stay awake up until morning, if we even manage to find it before morning. Ah, don't tell me. Well, if you want to be the village hero, you have to work for it. Yeah, but I don't like when things don't go my way. Come on, hurry. What is that sound? Oh heavens, for all the heavens, what is that? Oh snap! The creature is gigantic, tall and wide. The tall neck, the wide wings. It speaks a language you don't know. La foi You and your brothers are frozen in fear and confusion. The dragon tilts his head to the side. I think that's what it's saying. Fukuko. What are you? Don't hurt us. What are you? Seiju Jigoki Kadewe. The dragon tilts his head to the side. Ororo Fukoko. Don't hurt us. Fusk dead mad Haj Fedoko. Orodo Fukoko. Semo Juko Adawa. La Etame Ako. The fire blast shoots straight toward you. Protegisi! Just before being incinerated by the dragon's fire, your brother's magic shield stops the blast. Miyakate! Liwaku Lajeje Fuso! Motovwakjo! You both make a run for it as the dragon's rage continues. You dive inside the castle and close the large doors behind you. You just woke up a whole ass dragon, y'all. That's not good. The smell of dust and mold, old decorations litter the large dark corridor, weapons and shields scattered on the ground. Oh heavens! Why did I come here? What have I done? Your brother seems to be panicking a little bit. I'm so sorry, sis. I didn't have to bring you into this, but I thought dragons didn't exist. Aren't they just a legend? Well, apparently they exist and they like breathing fire. I almost got burned right there. Oh heavens. Are you okay at least? I'm so sorry for bringing you into this. Brother, you need to calm down. We can't stay here and panic about it. That's easy for you to say. You didn't almost get burned by a living dragon. Dragon. Why didn't you stop me from going on this stupid adventure? I mean, you made me come. It's all my fault we're here. I am such an irresponsible brother. Alright. Alright, I'm calm. I'm collected. Where are we again? In the castle, right after escaping the dragon. Right, that's what happened, right. He looks around for a brief moment. He sighs and shakes his head. Where do we even go from here? We should just go out. Maybe the dragon can't escape the shield. That's right, the shield is here to trap the dragon. It must be. But why would the dragon need to be trapped? I do not care one bit why. But I bet it deserves it. Especially after attacking us like that. We should have brought a sword instead of a dagger. So I am noticing this small, there should be more spacing gaps for the text. Because some of the text reaches up to the top of the bottom of the above sentence. The letters will sometimes intertwine or almost touch. I'll probably add a little bit of a margin there, like maybe 5 pixels. You start exploring the castle, looking for a way up. You find nothing but giant spider webs and rotting furniture. You open a door on the side to check inside. Most rooms seems to have nothing but rotting furniture and spider webs. This one. Oh, this is the library. Deciding to investigate. You are surprised. The book titles are all your language. You expected something else considering the strange dragon voice from before. For being so old, the library seems very well organized. Which one do you want to check out? Check history section, check the cooking section, check the magic bookcase. It's got 2 symbols, the one from your village and another you don't know. Looks like an arrowhead. You open it up, it's full of magical words and descriptions. As usual, you whisper the enchantment, but nothing happens. Would be better if the text were more readable, but the ink has started to fade. You flip the page and find another spell. It reads, is that comprensione? As you read the word, you can feel yourself shine and change. Uh-oh. You feel scared only for an instant, and then it stops. Here you are. I told you to stick close. Why don't you listen? Oh wait, sis. I think you just cast a spell. Oh, did I? Yeah, the sparkle is very recognizable. You're shining like a flame. Mom and Dad will be so proud. What spell is it? I'm not sure. It was written over here. Oh, well, we can figure it out later. Now we have to go. Keep the book. We might have time to read it once we're out. Alright, let's go. Have finally found a way up that goes to the tower. As you climb the stairs, both of you stare out each window, hoping the dragon won't show up. There he is!
Oselagia,
Kukataya! Krakatawa! Never mind him, just keep going. The crystal is our priority. You arrive at the top of the tower. You can see the crystal right there on the floor. It's still intact. Quick, go, grab it. Oh no. Kika Chijoka, Makoda ta Okuchu, Ochusufugu. He sounds angry. Shotezo, Mataloko Toko Chefakweda. He's probably saying some normal. He's probably just asking, like, do you guys know a way out of here? He's like asking for directions. I think I made a wrong turn over at Mystical Lane, and I ended up here. Can you guys stop running? I'm just trying to ask you directions, man. Right? The life of a dragon, right? Your spell. Use your spell on him. Comprensione. You shine as a spell is cast. You can feel the energy flow in as it acts. Flow in you as it acts. At first, it seems like nothing until... Vejutala Jump. Rid of you too. There's things I need to know. Directions, please. No. Need to know what? So you can talk. You were ignoring me, weren't you? Not at all. I couldn't understand your words, but I used a spell to do so. Better late than never. It was a language spell. You're speaking weird dragon words. I know. Let me speak now. Okay, so I can speak dragon and he understands the dragon, or I can speak dragon and I'm talking to him in English. I guess that's how it works. I am Rafalex. I am Rafalex. You seem surprised to see me. Never have seen a dragon before now. It has been very long, and your surprise doesn't bring me comfort. Are dragons extinct? Rafalex. Oh, Rafalex was asking that question. It's your fault. You mages did this. I didn't even know dragons existed before. Do not lie to me. Let's not talk about this again. As I tried saying before when you couldn't understand me, I have the greatest of favors to ask of you. How do you get out of here? Sure, what is it? This magic has kept me prisoner for millennia now. I desire nothing but to fly out in the sky free once again. Only your mage species can open this magic shield and let me out of it. I promise not to harm you and your friend. If you do, we can go our separate ways. There's probably a reason why he's imprisoned. You really don't know much about the war, do you? No, I do not. Well, It was an accident. Mages left this castle and put a curse on it. When I stepped in to find anything left behind, I was trapped in. Your mage species can be very mischievous when you want to. I guess I'll trust you about that? I wouldn't. You better. Sis, I got the crystal. What does the dragon say? We've made a little deal. What deal? Reach the west exit of the castle. The sigil to break the shield is over there. The dragon flies off immediately after. You and your brother start walking down the tower. You walk down another dark corridor trying to find a new exit that leads to the west side of the castle. Do you want to free the dragon? I'm not sure, but maybe we should. He's been trapped so long in this terrible place. So what? He attacked us, didn't he? Only one creature can't be so bad. I don't trust him. Just because you can talk with him now, you trust him? I think he deserves at least a chance. I don't like it one bit. The two of you arrive in front of a door. Still having to find a way around, you walk in. Oh my heavens! Sis, calm down. It's just a skeleton. It looks like an old mage. It's got one of our traditional masks, too. Is he like on the wall? How is that happening? Could he be the one that set the trap? What trap? Raphaelix said he was trapped after a curse was placed in this castle. A curse? He said he walked in and the magic shield formed around him. I see. Wait a sec. They were holding something. Before he can grab the paper on the ground, your brother does. He reads it quietly. Raphaelix is what he was called, right? Yeah, that's right. He hides the piece of paper in his tunic right after. Come on, let's find that dragon again. What the hell? After finally finding your way out, you find yourselves at the west exit of the castle. The view outside is still just as displeasing as it was before, the total darkness of the outside world. You shudder again. You stick behind me, okay, sis? Sure, whatever you say. You walk on to find the castle's garden. Dragon is standing right there. Finally, you've arrived. I was waiting. What took so long? Just took us a while to find the way into the castle. Fine then. Come on. The sigil's right over here. You remember you're part of the deal, don't you? You walk closer to the sigil, pulling out the old book of spells. Something tells you there's a spell for this in those pages just then. Stop this right now, sis. We are not doing this. Why are you so adamant about this? Why didn't he read this letter to me when he first found it? Why did he hide it? Was it supposed to be like a big surprise? Obviously, as soon as he picked up that letter and his attitude changed, I could infer or imply that the dragon was not telling the truth as he originally stated. What are you two discussing? Oh, does he not speak English or whatever language they're speaking? He pulls out the piece of paper once again. The dragon doesn't look pleased. To anyone who stumbles upon this place, be wary. The dragon has been imprisoned for a reason. With him gone, the tides of war will finally change in our favor. Do not cry for me. Honor my last wish to never release the dreaded monster who has slayed so many. Oh my heavens. I think I know what that reads. Did you lie to me about the trap? The idea of you deciding not to help scared me. It's true I can't escape. It's also true that I desire to fly away from here. I didn't want you to know the rest. You didn't need to. It has been millennia. Am I still dirty of my sins? Probably. I mean, if you're still the same dragon, the same person. How are you still listening to him? Oh, am I going to be able to make a choice? Don't you get it? He can't be trusted if he's lied to you once. I wish I was the one talking to him so I could give him a piece of my mind. Well, you are not. You are the big brother and all, but this is me. I have the language spell. I decide what happens now. Alright. Uh-oh. Looks like I'm gonna have to find my brother right now. This boy seems stressed. Let him cool off elsewhere. Wait, what? Why would I help somebody who just almost endangered my family member? Uh-oh. I think there's something wrong with the character that I'm playing right now. All right, this is a little too much text. I have to say that. But obviously, this is an exposition of the background of the lore, the story. So focus on the escape. I took the wrong decision again. Where the other one? Skipper should be cursed to die here, staring at the ground. How long do dragons live? I wonder. Are they mortal? Seeing your life decided by things you have no control of. I participated in a war. I didn't start a war that now I don't support. This prison was thrown on me. I never asked for this condition. In my heart, I desire to have the chance to decide once again. I've decided badly in the past, but from those mistakes, it can be better. I just need to be given the chance. He waits for your word. Finally, I get to choose something. Okay. And my choice, I don't know. If I free him, I feel like he's going to go murder some people. If I leave him in prison, I would be condemning a great ancient creature to death. Or to infinity, more like it, if he's immortal. And that's worse than death, I think. It can be. I'm going to free him. Liberaci dal male. Free the evil. We have to accept the consequences of all this. I think it's fine. Let's head back. The sun will rise soon, won't it? And in town, they'll want the crystal to refuel their magic and keep rebuilding. It's like a new start for everyone. That's a positive, right? It's a nice little... It's a nice way to... Alright, so maybe there's a sequel where the dragon comes back and destroys everything? Or maybe he comes back and protects the village from greater danger, right? Kind of like King Kong versus Godzilla. Or King Kong versus that dinosaur in Kong Island. Very interesting. Alright, I think that's a lot for today. I may have to... I thought this would take 2 days. This is probably going to take 3 or 4 days to actually get through. But I'm going to publish these 2 videos, parts 1 and 2, for right now. So you guys can check out some of these games as well. Head over to their itch.io pages. And I think voting and rating should be opening up soon enough. And then we can have the democracy take over and see which of these games was the most fun. Let me know what you guys thought. I know this was a very, very long video. You guys probably, some of you probably fell asleep with the phone on, but that's all right. You guys can use me as your ASMR or something if you want to. All right, either way, guys, this is going to be the end of this video. I hope to see you guys in the next one. This is Jedi Dogma signing out.